Micah Parsons wants out of Dallas. I no longer want to be here. Well, things just got real in Dallas. Micah Parsons, the Cowboys star edge rusher, a four-time Pro Bowler, and two-time All-Pro, has officially requested a trade. Yep, you read that right. One of the most dominant defensive players in the NFL says he no longer wants to be a Dallas Cowboy. On Friday, Parsons dropped a lengthy and emotional statement on social media, explaining his frustration with the Cowboys front office and their failure to get a new deal done. I stayed quiet, but again, after repeated shots at myself and all the narratives, I have made a tough decision. I no longer want to play for the Dallas Cowboys, Parsons wrote. My trade request has been submitted to Stephen Jones personally. So, what's going on? Parsons is entering the final year of his rookie contract in 2025, a deal worth $24 million. That might sound like a lot, but for a player of his caliber, it's way below market value. Top edge rushers are making close to $41 million per year. Think TJ Watt or Myles Garrett. Parsons? He's nearly $17 million below that number. And despite quietly showing up for off-season workouts and not creating much drama with new head coach Brian Schottenheimer, Parsons says he's had enough. He claims there's been zero movement on contract talks, no real conversations, no serious negotiations. Yes, I wanted to be here, he wrote. I did everything I could to show that I wanted to be a Cowboy. Unfortunately, I no longer want to be here. Parsons also said he felt disrespected. He's tired of the Cowboys leaking stories about his injuries, blaming him in the media, and handling everything behind closed doors, without his agent. I no longer want to be held to closed-door negotiations without my agent present. I no longer want narratives created and spread to the media about me. Oof. That's about as direct as it gets. What's the backstory? Apparently, Parsons met with Cowboys owner Jerry Jones earlier this year to talk about leadership. But out of nowhere, that conversation turned into a contract talk, without his agent. Parsons says he engaged a little, but made it clear it wasn't a formal negotiation. Afterward, he had his agent reach out. And then? Crickets. The team has not had a single conversation with my agent about a contract. Not one demand has been made. That silence was enough for Parsons to call it quits and demand a trade. What happens now? Technically, the Cowboys still hold all the cards. Parsons is under contract for 2025, and they could franchise tag him in both 2026 and 2027. So they could legally keep him for 3 more seasons. If Parsons really wants out, he'd have to go nuclear, skip games, miss paychecks, and rack up fines. That's a steep price. But the fact that he's publicly asking for a trade suggests he's willing to go to war over this. Could a trade actually happen? Let's not forget, we've seen this before. The Raiders traded Khalil Mack to the Bears in 2018 for 2 first-rounders, a third, and a sixth. It was a massive deal, but Parsons is arguably even more valuable. A Micah Parsons trade would likely start with 3 first-round picks or a mix of picks and top-tier players. Think, elite pass rusher, only 26 years old, and a defensive player of the year contender every single season. Basically, every team in the league should want him. But here's the thing, will Jerry Jones actually pull the trigger? Unlikely. Parsons is not just an elite player, he's one of the faces of the franchise. Moving him would be a major hit, both on the field and in terms of brand image. But stranger things have happened in the NFL. Final thought. This situation is far from over. Dallas could still make things right. Just back up the Brinks truck and make Parsons the highest-paid non-QB in the league. But with each passing day, the price goes up. From $41 million to $45 million, maybe even $50 million per year. So now, the ball's in Jerry Jones' court. Does he make peace with one of the league's best defenders? Or does he let him walk away, possibly right into the arms of a Super Bowl contender? Let the drama begin.